morning. And welcome to Unity of Palmyra, where centered in love, we embrace a positive path for spiritual living. We are an open and, Dave, can you turn me up a little bit? They're working on it. Is that better? Okay. No, he says no, it's not better. What? I'll be right back. You know, if you were polite, you wouldn't have noticed this. I'm just saying. Oh, there I am. Okay, so he says start over with the welcome. Actually, I do have to tell you that if you were polite, you wouldn't have noticed this story. It's one of those stories from our family when my parents were dating and they were teenagers, and my grandfather, my mother's father, was a burly steel worker, tough kind of guy. And so my dad was over for dinner for the first time, and Nanny had made meatloaf and mashed potatoes and veggies, and Dad was kind of nervous in front of Grandpa, and so he was cutting his meat, and his knife slipped, and the mashed potatoes went flying into my Nanny's lap. And she just burst out laughing. And my grandfather, with a completely straight face, looked at her and said, "Ethel, if you were polite, you would not have noticed that." So that has become kind of one of those, you know how every family has little catchphrases? So that's kind of become one of those little. So now you know the catchphrase from the family. So welcome to Unity of Palmyra, where we are just one big happy family, obviously. We also embrace a positive path for spiritual living, and we are an open and affirming congregation. We love you exactly as you are in all of your magnificent glory, and I'm so happy that you're here on this beautiful day. How amazing that you're all here on this bright, sunny Memorial Day weekend. Speaking of being open and affirming, I'm going to make one announcement before we even get into the opening prayer, and that is that we are now registered for 2 Pride events, for Lebanon Pride on June 23rd, and for Harrisburg Pride last Saturday of July. Don't ask me why Harrisburg does Pride in July, when the rest of the world does Pride in June. But we are registered for both of those if you would like to join us for that. It's always so much fun at these Pride events. We have a great time. Please let me know, or Sherry know, or any member of the social action team know. We would love to have you join us at these events. So let's take that joyful announcement into our opening prayer. As we take a nice, big, deep, collective breath, recognizing that the air we breathe in and the air we breathe out is the same for everyone. We are literally connected by the breath. The breath reminds us of our oneness, and how each one of us is a unique, diverse, magnificent expression of the divine. And so we take that knowing, that amazing truth, into this service this morning, as we give ourselves the gift of being completely, fully present to whatever this experience has to offer us. We let go of what was and what will be. We let go of regret and worry. We let go of anything that is going to happen after today's service. And we are here right now, fully present to whatever wisdom, insight, joy is available to us. And as always, we enter into this experience with a deep sense of gratitude as we say thank you for this time to come apart for a while, to remember the truth of who we are, that we are spiritual beings having an incredibly, wonderfully interesting human experience. We say thank you for whatever safe space you are in this morning, hearing these words, feeling this energy, whether you are here in the building, whether you are watching us live, or whether you are listening hours, days, or weeks later. We are grateful for your presence. And finally, we are so very grateful for one another, for the commitment of this beloved community to be that change we wish to see in the world, to make the difference each one of us has come to make, individually and collectively. And so it is. Amen. So as we sing this morning's opening song, oh, wait a second, I forgot. This morning's color is gold, in case you couldn't tell. Please stand. May the light we now kindle inspire us to use our powers to heal and not to hurt, to help and not to hinder, to bless and not to curse, to serve you, Divine Spirit. So as we sing this morning's opening song, I encourage you to look at one another as we see the beauty in each other.
I see the beauty in you. I see the power in you. I see the greatness in you. And so it is. I see the child in you. I see the sweetness in you. I see the softness in you. And so it is. I can see it. It's right there before me. I can feel it. Deep in my soul, I just know it, that you are an angel full of magic and power and pure sweet love. I see the goodness in you, I see the wisdom in you, I see the strength that's in you, and so it is. I see the joy that's in you. I see your light shining through. I see the love that's in you. And so it is. I can see it. It's right there before me. I can feel it. Deep in my soul, I just know it. That you are an angel full of magic and power. Your sweet love. I see the grace that's in you. I see the courage in you. I see the heart that's in you. And so it is. I see the beauty in you. I see the power in you. I see the greatness in you. And so it is.
Let's share together in our vision. Centered in love, we embrace a positive path for spiritual living. And our mission, wherever we are on this beautiful weekend, we provide a welcoming community that inspires and encourages all who gather here through the teaching, sharing, and practice of universal spiritual principles. And one of the ways that we practice those principles Oh, so Jackie said moving forward, any movie I choose for anything has to have a scene where someone is hugging or shaking hands. So, we honor wherever you are on your hugging journey. If you want a hug, we would be happy to bring it on in. If you're more comfortable with a handshake, we will totally respect that. And if you want us to leave you completely alone, we totally understand. And we will honor whatever bubble you create around yourself. Have a great time.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. We are getting loud and clear.
My soul. All right, a couple of announcements. Our prayer chaplains today are Sherry, Jeff, and Leslie. Sherry, Jeff, and Leslie, you'll know them from the prayer shawls that they're wearing. Must be heat stroke from all the mulching we've done this weekend. So they will be holding sacred space for us today during the service, and they will also be available over in that nice quiet corner for anyone who would like to have some one-on-one prayer. I highly recommend it. It is just such a comfort to be reminded of the truth of who we are and of the strength and the wisdom that we always have available to us. Yard sale donations will be accepted until this Wednesday, May 29th. Please have everything in by then. I don't know if we would turn stuff away after that, but it does really make it hard for the yard sale team to be ready to rock and roll by 6 a.m. on Saturday morning. There are sign-ups downstairs. We still have some room for folks to help out, particularly later in the day. It is next Saturday. And we also have some room for people to help out with the food stuff. And there's also some food products that we still need to have donated. Just a couple are left. It's actually been wonderful how many of you have signed up. So please just go check that out today while you're having your coffee. Because we are now going to be attending Lebanon Pride, I am going to reschedule the next membership class, which was Eye of the Storm, which was scheduled for exactly the time of Pride on June 23rd. So if you were planning on signing up for that class, whether you want to become a member or you're just interested in the Eye of the Storm, please come see me directly. I already have had a couple of people tell me they were going to take it, so I'll make sure that whoever was going to take it, we can find a good date for everyone to reschedule. It's really important that we're at the Lebanon Pride. Just a couple of save the dates. June 30th is going to be a Tender Loving Care Day here. We're going to wear our grubbies to church. Maybe we'll get pizza. And we're going to go through a quick list of just little projects, some deep cleaning, little odds and ends, just to kind of spruce up the place. Also on June 1st, I'm saying this right? It's the Women's Chorus. So the Women's Chorus is... Central Pennsylvania Women's Chorus is having their first concert in Lebanon on June 1st. So that is the day of the yard sale. It's not till 7 p.m. And I think it would be wonderful if we could go and support them for their first outing in Lebanon County.
Yeah, it's their kickoff for Pride Month.
It's St. Luke's. St. Luke's. They're also having some events the Saturday night before Pride and the Sunday morning of Pride. I'm going to be at the one on the Saturday night because I'm busy Sunday morning, but I am going to participate with their event Saturday night in Lebanon. And then finally, another save the date. We are confirmed for our 25th anniversary celebration. That is going to be May 3rd, 2025. It's a Saturday night. There has been a suggestion that we just set up cots in the building so we can just crash here after the party. But please put that on your calendars, May 3rd. When we get closer to that time, we'll give you more details, but we did want to get the venue booked ahead of time. And that is going to be at the Italian Lodge in Hershey. And then finally, our Lift Fund is up to $14,000. So thank you so much to everyone who has contributed. We are rocking and rolling, and I think we now have 6 more grant applications out, so we will keep you posted as those responses come in. But we are getting very excited. The architect has finished their phase 1, which is our phase 2, and we should be getting their report within the next week or so. And then we will keep moving until we get that lift installed. Very, very excited for that. Mr. Rick, would you like to read the daily word?
Good morning.
The daily word today is comfort. And our affirmation is, I am comforted by the embrace of divine love. When someone dear to me transitions, I may feel fearful and alone. I do not hide from my feelings or seek to numb them, even if I feel tempted. Grief has come to pass, but it cannot pass until I acknowledge it and feel it. Opening to all my heart is holding, I feel a presence far stronger than pain. Even in deepest grief, divine love is strong within me, lifting me, making my feelings bearable. As I feel comforted by this love, I become increasingly aware of the peace and strength in my heart. Even in my grief, I am grateful to trust the healing comfort of divine love. It blesses me today and will be an ongoing presence as I need it. For my love, I lost an eternal and unchanging pace, just like God's love for me. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Matthew 5:4.
I am home, my family is here. I feel loved by the ones I hold so dear. And when my family needs me, I promise to be there. And when I need my family, I'm lifted up in prayer.
So that seems like a perfect daily word for Memorial Day weekend, as tomorrow we honor those who have lost their lives in the service to their country. I saw a meme this week that really struck home, and I'm paraphrasing, but it said, many in our armed forces lost their lives in the service to their country, but many have also been losing their lives in the years since they came home. And so we need to acknowledge that there has got to be a better way than war. So let's take that into our prayer time this morning as we extend our comfort to those who lost their lives while fighting for the values and the principles that we hold dear. For freedom, for equality, for inclusivity, for the right to worship and to speak without fear of consequence. We hold those who grieve for their lost ones. And we hold our country as we struggle to find our way, to resolve our differences without violence, without the need to resort to war, to killing. We remember the families, the partners, the children left at home. And then we extend that comfort to anyone experiencing grief for any reason. As we commit ourselves to going deeper into that experience of grieving, and recognizing that grief is love that has nowhere to go. And so we extend our love universally, without boundary, without border. And we invite those in need of comfort to find it here. And we know that one of the ways we envelop those in need of love is to honor the truth of who they are, to invite and encourage everyone to live their authentic lives, to be who they were born to be. To be confident and proud. To love themselves deeply without holding anything back. And then to share that love wherever they go. And so we take a nice big deep breath. And allow ourselves to be comforted for whatever we may be experiencing right now. And as always, we know that for together or apart, we are forever connected at the heart. And so it is. Namaste.
The God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste. The God Namaste. You are beautiful. You are whole. You are beautiful. You are whole. Good morning. Seems like only yesterday I didn't have a clue. Stood alone, not knowing where to turn. Suddenly I look around and everything looks new. I don't know why, but I think I'm starting to learn. They call it understanding, a willingness to grow. Finally understanding, there's so much I can know. Till the day you came along, I used to just get lost. I only heard the things I wanted to hear. It always seemed like no one cared, but then you took the time. And now I look and everything seems clear. You've got me understanding, you've really helped me see. Finally understanding, it's meant so much to me. You've got me understanding, you're giving me some pride. Finally understanding, you're really on my side. Really on my side. Got me understanding. You've got me understanding.
I love the line in that song that says, I only wanted to listen to what I wanted to hear. Anybody identify with that? Right. And then acknowledging it's only when we become curious that we achieve understanding. And that is the gist of today's power, which is spiritual understanding. So understanding is our ability to know, perceive, comprehend, and spiritually see, in quotation marks. It's our ability to know all of this based on ideas and truths and principles and laws that are divine in nature. So it's a spiritual power that assures us that God, by whatever name you call he, she, it, they, cosmic force, whatever, is present and active in all circumstances and in all people. So spirit is the foundation for our work. There's a deep knowing that all things are working together for good. Now, interestingly, the disciple for spiritual understanding is Thomas. I know, stay tuned. Thomas represents our ability to see beyond appearances to reality, capital R, reality. So, in Develop Your God-Given Potential by Winifred Wilkinson Hausman, I just love that name. I know I say that every time, but I just love it. This was what she observed about understanding. She says, it's important in developing our spiritual nature because it is the faculty which puts feet under our prayers and gives our spiritual activity something to stand on. Blind faith, which is faith without understanding of the spiritual laws, may get results on occasion, but our spiritual growth demands a base that is more dependable, understanding that is grounded in spiritual truth. Thomas is the disciple who stands for the faculty of understanding. A study of his contact with Jesus gives us some insight into the way we must develop our own ability to think and to learn, to make deductions and draw conclusions so that we may awaken this spiritual quality in us. Thomas didn't always have spiritual understanding. Remember, Peter was the disciple for faith because he didn't always have faith, right? So Charles Fillmore was recognizing that these are all powers or capabilities or attributes that we are cultivating. He didn't always have spiritual understanding, but he wanted to learn. He didn't mind asking questions, and he listened to Jesus' answers. Thomas is probably best known for doubting. How many of you made him Doubting Thomas in your minds when I said that? The news of the resurrection when he heard it secondhand from the other disciples. But Jesus respected Thomas's need to know firsthand. The awakening of our own faculty of understanding starts with questioning the old ways of thinking that may have been taken for granted. The desire for understanding leads to thinking about what is learned and seeking to put it all together in a body of information that provides our basis for living. And then Paul Hasselbeck in Power Up observes that understanding works with wisdom and love. So notice how many of the powers team up with other powers. So understanding, when we integrate it with wisdom and love, gives us that foundation. So that brings us to the movie, The Legend of Bagger Vance. I'm really hoping that you had a chance to watch it. It's one of those sleeper movies that Gwen and I were talking about it before the service. I could do an entire series on this movie, but I won't. I'm going to get us down to our coffee on time, hopefully. But when I first started exploring it, I read a wonderful review online where the reviewer pointed out that the movie is actually based on the story of the Bhagavad Gita, which is part of an Indian epic called the Mahabharata. So I just want to give you a little bit of his review because it's really fascinating, and it lays the foundation, which is what spiritual understanding is all about. He says, the Mahabharata is one of the greatest stories ever told. It's an epic. And the Bhagavad Gita is right smack dab in the middle of it. The Legend of Bagger Vance is a retelling of this epic and a summary of the Bhagavad Gita in a wonderful golf story. In the Mahabharata, Arjuna, Arjuna, must fight a war against his stepbrothers and cousins over possessions of the kingdom. It's a righteous war, for he and his brothers are the heirs. But he refuses to fight, saying that war is futile and that it would be better to die than to fight one's own family. So his charioteer, Lord Krishna, which is an incarnation of God, has to park the chariot and give him a really long lecture about why he should put aside his doubts, do his duty, and fight the good fight. And so what we learn from that is that this whole story is a metaphor for overcoming adversity, right? Of course, it takes him the entire Bhagavad Gita to explain why this is a good thing to do, and it involves helping Arjuna understand who he really is, who God is, and what the nature of reality is, which makes this a perfect movie for spiritual understanding. So along the way, he explains how to find peace in the midst of action and to discover our true nature. So in other words, he realizes that his true nature is his spiritual nature. So the Bhagavad Gita explains how to find union with the divine in our everyday lives. And the legend of Bagger Vance gives us a very relatable restatement of how to live a truly authentic life and play a great game of golf, whatever your form of golf is. So golf is the metaphor in this movie. So here's a little bit of background. So our hero, his name is Ranulph Juna, or Arjuna. Get it? You get it? You have to get that or nothing else makes sense. Okay. So he is a world-weary war veteran who is asked to play a game of golf with Walter Hagen and Bobby Jones, who were two huge golf legends, real people, and he reluctantly agrees, and then he tries to withdraw by saying that in a world torn apart by conflict and the Depression, capital D, it was futile, senseless, stupid, and insulting to hit a small dimpled ball around a course in yet one more form of combat. Now his caddy, so Arjuna is played by Matt Damon, and his caddy is played by Will Smith. It's Bagger Vance, or Bhagavan, which is an honorary title for Lord. So he comes into his life and he spends the rest of the story talking him through a 36-hole tournament, stripping away his confusion and his delusion, and helping him find the truth of his authentic stroke, capital letters, and see the value of doing our inborn duty that life presents to us. So that is in a nutshell what the movie's about. It's actually told in one great big, long, huge flashback. So we open with Jack Lemmon, an older gentleman named Hardy Graves, and he's out on the golf course, and it opens with him having a heart attack. So you're
Greatest game there is. Right, Hardy?
Yes, sir.
The greatest game there will ever be.
Just you and the ball.
All by your lonesome. I think it's time.
Time for what?
Time for you to see the field.
The field? I see the field, but it's 445 yards long. It's got a little red flag at the end of it. It's 12 strokes ahead of me. Come on.
That ain't it. Because if you seen the field, you wouldn't be hacking at that ball like you was chopping weeds out from under your front porch.
Just give me the club.
Sorry I brung it up. Here, you gonna take that hack away.
All right, what's the field?
Fix your eyes on Bobby Jones.
He's a piece of work here right now.
Well, give the man room. Man room. Knock it out there, Bobby.
Look at his practice swing. Almost like it's searching for something. Then he finds it. Watch how he settle itself right into the middle of it. Feel that focus. And he got a lot of shots he could choose from. Duffs and tops and skulls. But there's only one shot that's in perfect harmony with the field. One shot that's his. Authentic shot. And that shot is going to choose him. There's a perfect shot out there trying to find each and every one of us. All we got to do is get ourselves out of its way. Let it choose us. Look at him. He in the field. Can't see that flag as some dragon you got to slay. You have to look with soft eyes. See the place where the tides and the seasons and the turning of the earth all come together. Where everything that is becomes one. You got to seek that place with your soul, Junior. Seek it with your hands. Don't think about it. Feel it. Your hands is wiser than your head ever gonna be. Now, I can't take you there, Junior. Just hopes I can help you find a way. It's just you, that ball, that flag, and all you are. Seek it with your hands. Don't think about it. Feel that looking focus. At it, Junior. Feel it. It's just there's you. There's only one shot that's in perfect harmony. We don't see it. It's the home of your authentic swing. That flag and all that you are.
blind squirrel finds an acorn now and then, Bobby.
that can't be won but only played. So we realize, as we've already seen, that he's not talking about golf, he's talking about life. No one wins at the game of life because no one gets out of it alive. So we can see that as bad news, or we can see it as freedom. Because the true lesson of spiritual understanding is that we're born into flesh and will at one point return to spirit, regardless of how we live. Just as Hardy Graves did at the end of the movie. So that heart attack that we saw him having at the beginning of the movie, it was his fifth one, and apparently it was the one that did him in. So we see him walking off the field as Bagger Vance motions him home. I love that at the end of the movie, at the end of the tournament, no one won. They all tied. Willing suspension of disbelief. And in the end, Hardy says, as you see him walking along the field to Bagger, carrying his golf gloves, he says, in the end, I went to find my place in the field. So spiritual understanding invites us to decide, how are we going to play the game? What voices are we listening to? Do we think we can win? Or are we just willing to play with joy and abandon and courage and strength and wisdom? And I'm just going to rattle off all 12 of the powers. Right? It's a game we can't win, but we sure can play the heck out of it and knock those balls right out of the park. Let's take that into meditation.
Far beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there when the soul lies down in that grass. The world is too full to talk about ideas, language, even the phrase, each other doesn't make any sense. Far far beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there when the soul lies down in that grass. The world is too full to talk about ideas, language, even the phrase, each other doesn't make any sense. Far beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, I'll meet you there.
Close your eyes very softly and gently, and take a deep breath. Feel that breath move all the way through your physical body. Feel it touch your mind and your heart and your spirit. Feel the breath restore your soul. As this morning we acknowledge our place in the field. And we look at that field. We look at our lives with soft eyes, with the eyes of understanding. Understanding that life is a game that cannot be won. No exceptions. But that we have the power to choose how we play that game. We have the power to choose what we listen to. Do we listen to the voice of wisdom, the voice of love, the voice of truth, of courage and strength and compassion? Who is our caddy in this game of life? The naysayers, those sitting on the sidelines, or those who believe in infinite possibility and who are in that arena with us, by our side, encouraging, inspiring, empowering, acknowledging, calling forth the truth of who we are. Encouraging us to develop our understanding, to develop our curiosity, to fully integrate all the aspects of ourselves, to become one with the field.
Ideas language, even the phrase each other doesn't make any sense. Far beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. There is a field. I'll meet you there.
I know we don't usually applaud for the meditation song, but that was so gorgeous. Can we please thank Janie and Becky? That was written by the music director at one of my former ministries in New York City, and he has a whole CD of Rumi poems put to music. We might have to look at some more of them, I think. So this is the time of our service where we do not pass the basket, but where we get to express incredible gratitude for your ongoing generosity, for the giving of your time, talent, and treasure to support the work of this community. And thank you to everyone who has made additional gifts to our Lift Fund. I am so excited to become truly welcoming so that everybody can get downstairs for a fellowship and for our gatherings together. So thank you so much.
On a clear day, rise and look around you, and you'll see who you are. On a clear day, how it will astound you that the glow of your being outshines every star you feel part of. Every mountain, sea and shore, you can hear from far and near a world you've never heard before. And on a clear day, on a clear day, you can see forever and evermore. On a clear day, rise and look around you, and you'll see who you are. On a clear day, how it will astound you that the glow of your being outshines every star you feel part of. Every mountain, sea and shore, you can hear from far and near a world you've never heard before. And on a clear day, on that clear day, you can see forever and ever and ever and ever more. On a clear day.
Let's stand and share in our unity blessing. Together, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in each and every one of you. Yes, we do. Oh. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Okay, this is the last time we're singing this song, so with gusto, okay? The peace song returns next week. Gusto.
I've got the power to make all my dreams come true. I've got the power, there's nothing I can't do. I've got the power to be anything I want. I've got the power inside of me. There are days when I feel...
Let's do that line again,
Okay.
because that's an important line. Okay.
There are days when I feel that I'm just no good. Days when I don't even want to try. But when I stop, look, listen, and surrender, I hear the voice of truth I cannot deny. It says you know you can do it, just get down to it. Have faith in yourself and the will to see it through. I got the power to make all my dreams come true. I got the power, there's nothing I can't do. I got the power to be anything I want. I got the power inside of me. In those times when I feel so frightened, and it seems like I just can't go on. But when I look deep inside, 'cause that's where I find the power, the power, the power inside of me. I got the power to make all my dreams come true. I got the power, there's nothing I can't do. I got the power to be anything I want. I got the power inside of me.
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And wherever God is, all is well. Go forth and enjoy the field and swing your authentic swing this week, right after you join us for fellowship downstairs. Have a wonderful week, everyone. Bye-bye, YouTube and Facebook friends. We love you so much. Thanks for joining us.